inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
To throw, it's Bortles. Escaping the pressure right. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Used to have a coach just tell us all the time, those scouting reports aren't just to use up paper, guys. Well, nowadays, we're watching a computer screen, right? They scouted this team very well. Know that they like to use the running backs in the passing game. They covered that play successfully.
Bortles going to throw. Steps away to his left. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
So typically you'd say nice job defensively to force a decision on 4th down. But they've already gone for it once and converted, so you better make sure your defense stays out on the field and is alert.
Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Let's go now.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Bell sheds him off. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
I know every time we watch Le'Veon Bell play, we think about him making people miss the hesitation move. But you remember, he came out of Michigan State as a bruiser and a thumper, and he still has those capabilities.
At 225 pounds, an underrated part of his game. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger.
What an advantage having an elite guy to build a defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. Back with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's Steeler football to begin quarter number 2, 10.
Let's go, let's go, let's go!
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Set! 230!
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell from 21 yards away. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Cameron Hayward. He's the one that finally ends up corralling him, and my goodness, that is a disastrous loss. Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Bortles to throw on 2nd down. Looking long for Westbrook. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick, and they are going to set up sharp at the 40-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. Telvin Smith that time there to make the play.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Jack 16.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And James has it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Roethlisberger to his big target, James. All 6-7 of him for a Steeler first down.
Let's go now.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And when you have a guy in the backfield who can catch the football, you don't just use him strictly for checkdowns or dump-offs. You make him part of the primary passing attack because what you're trying to do is get him into open field and then let him make people miss and advance the football.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. Bell first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player. I was used to a big, solid, thick running back, but now I've got a full package, a guy who can do everything, as we just saw there, including breaking tackles.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They go play action now. Roethlisberger sliding out of the pocket. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Dante Fowler in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. The 30, 10, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone in and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Steelers. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go. All right, let's go get it now.
They go play action here on 1st down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. DJ Hayden right there on the coverage.
All defenders get tired of hearing about their lack of hands and why they're playing defense instead of offense. But in this situation, it was the hands that made the play. Batting the ball away on an attempted touchdown pass. Excellent job. Way to knock it down.
And unsuccessful there, trying to dump it underneath. That'll bring up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. To throw again is Roethlisberger. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And Boswell's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Well, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 40.
Let's go now.
A give to Bell. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And some room to maneuver. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. A.J. Bouye, the fine quarterback.
It's always a good play when you're able to bat a ball away or down, because if you actually tip it in the air, now the offense is getting a second shot at catching the football, or another receiver may come along and grab it out of the air and turn it into a big play. So if you make a play on the ball, make sure it's out the way or down. Otherwise, there could be some jeopardy.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Bortles now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They do go for it. It's Bortles. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. A strong safety, Barry Church, all over that one and knocked it away.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Roethlisberger. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They'll indeed go for it with Roethlisberger. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On the counter, here's Bell. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. They converted once earlier in this drive, but they'll roll the dice here again on 4th down. Roethlisberger. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. But he will be stopped behind the line as he will not come close to the marker. Now Doug Marrone with a play clock almost out says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And this one's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined. But sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And some room to roam now. Fournette, a first down, still going. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got to picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never the luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, B-Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, Farrakhan glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, man, who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag, something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some rats by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat on the morning, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You gotta picture me. Send me calling, ready for war like Korea.